What's up YouTube? Today I want to talk about a really cool thing in Uhe Zebralette 3 called Spectral Decay. So Zebralette is still in a beta. I'll post a link to where you can get the plugin in the description, but remember it's still in a beta. So there's various performance improvements and stuff that still need to happen. But like I said, I want to show you a couple of features that I think are absolutely mind-blowing. I don't think I've seen this thing before in many other synths. I guess the closest thing you can kind of compare Spectral Decay to in traditional synthesis is something like a filter envelope. Basically, what it does is it allows you to control the decay of each of the partials in your spectrum. So on top of that, you can actually draw in individual curves which guide exactly which partials are being decayed by what amount. So it's pretty crazy what you can do with it. So I kind of just want to outline how crazy this is, and then you can kind of take it further if you want. So let's just open it up. Spectral Decay, and then the depth basically changes the amount of decay that gets applied to the entire spectrum. So if we have a look at the spectrum over here, you can see it's already giving us a kind of like filter envelope response. If we just take this off, it's a full saw wave, right? So the thing that actually guides the spectrum of this sound is actually the guides system over here. You can actually access it by just pressing G in the main menu, and then we can actually draw in individual curves. And that's going to change the kind of like sharpness of our envelopes. How cool is that, right? So already, just like doing that, one oscillator effect, changing the curve a little bit, we kind of got a Psytrance bass. And we haven't even added any filter envelopes, no filters, nothing. What I want to do is I want to set the phase to reset, drift off. And what we can do is we can actually change the phase by opening up the editor and then using this rotate function. That sounds good. Okay, so once we've got the phase in the right place, let's see if this works for a bass line. So like I said, we can actually go in and fine-tune this curve, right? So it doesn't necessarily have to be just like one point to one point with that curve in the middle. We can actually open up the editor, set this to harmonics mode, and so now this actually displays each of the partials. So as you can see here, the fundamental is full, and then the second harmonic, and so on and so forth. What we actually want to do, I think, for a better sound is to go for something more like this, because it gives you a bit more of a kind of balanced sound between these two harmonics, and then the rest is like a cut like this. Okay, so here's another mind-blowing thing. If we change this to, let's say, for example, guides 2, let's actually go back to guides 1 and just select this, copy, guides 2, paste. We can make another curve here. So for example, we can remove that fundamental. And then what we can do actually is we can just copy this to guide 3 as well, paste. So now if we morph this, when it goes past halfway, that fundamental is going to go down, right? Do you see there? So let's take away the kick. Let's add in a couple more notes. And then let's say, for example, velocity map this morph. So let's say velocity morph. In fact, we actually want to go the other way. So full velocity has the sub as well. Let's just make a dummy clip just to test this. Oh, it needs to go backwards. Yeah, look there. We have a fundamental and then no fundamental. So we can use this concept to basically remove the fundamental of the first note in every bass sequence so that it never overlaps with a kick. So we're not only limited to the spectral decay here, right? We can actually use more traditional filters in this envelope over here. The difference with these filters, though, is they don't do anything to the phase, right? So they sound very different to the traditional filters that we know. So I usually just do this a little bit to remove some of that top end. But then what I'll do is I will assign it to the MSEG to that filter frequency, just to give us like a little bit more snap. That first transient is not so full. I'm going to save this and upload it to my Patreon for all my $5 supporters. Let's just call this Sybase1. This cat always chooses the most inconvenient places to sit. What I also want to do is I want to load up a quick wavetable into the plugin. So this is one thing that kind of like is a bit dodgy with the plugin. Sometimes it crashes when you do this. I've got a bass wavetable somewhere here which I want to load up. What I actually want to do is I want to edit the phase of this as well using that rotate function. awesome. That's about it for today. I hope you guys enjoyed that. Let me know what you think in the comments. If you haven't yet, please consider hitting that like button and subscribing to my channel. Like I said, I'm going to be uploading these 2 presets to my Patreon for all my $5 supporters, and I'm also going to be putting a link to where you can download the Zebralette 3 beta. It will be a free plugin when it is actually released. It's part of the bigger Zebra 3, which will have more traditional phasey filters and all sorts of other crazy stuff as well. So anyway, hope you like that. Hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, all those things. See you guys next time. Cheers.